And we're back. The second BriightCast, guys.
I can't believe we're still here, guys.
We made it this far.
We made it this far. Look at us.
Hey,
Who'd have thought it?
not me. We talk about memes.
We talk about memes. That was a meme we just did.
Oh,
we just
we
did a
memed
meme. Wow, we talk about segues, which actually that was a good segue, but we talk about segues and the lack of.
Yeah. Main topic is attention span.
Attention
In
spans.
this one.
Yep, so hopefully we've grabbed yours straight away.
And in Bring a Thing, we look at some out-of-home advertising. So strap in.
Stick around, take a listen, enjoy. Welcome back to episode 2 of BriightCast. I don't know about you guys, but what a week.
Oh, it's the very second episode.
It's the very second episode.
After this week.
Second best, maybe. Who knows? We've not got into it yet. Maybe second best, maybe second
maybe.
worst. Who knows? But yeah, exciting week. Lots going on, as always.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. We've had a few shoots that we've been out on. Some projects wrapping up, some projects opening up. It's been good. What this week topic have you got? What do you want to chat out that's about this happened this week that's been good?
This week, I think dailies and VFX breakdowns. I think that's my this week.
Yeah.
I am loving the dailies. And it's no secret, as with the podcast, and maybe it's just me resistant to change, guys, but I think I'm learning, I think I'm changing. I wasn't that on board with the dailies at the start. You guys had to...
We had so many, I don't want to say arguments, it was not arguments,
It was
discussions.
Discussions, yeah.
Debates.
Fisticuffs.
Oh, here's the thing. I think we all trust each other, and we all trust that what we want is for the best for the company creatively. So it's discussions, it's debates. And I think we're all happy to have them. And also, guys, you did it, and I changed. I changed.
Yeah. I think in your defense, sometimes we have discussions, marketing discussions, that it'd be good to do this, and we get carried away and excited.
Yeah.
And then when we bring those ideas to you, we're just like, oh, podcast, with not the real explanation or the thought behind those, the reasoning of why we're into it. And same with the dailies.
Yeah.
And with the dailies, I thought it was a good opportunity. And to be fair, you didn't not want to do the dailies. You just had issues with how they were going to be
Structure, isn't it?
executed.
Yeah, it was the format, yeah.
Because like myself, we were coming into the studio in January and we knew we'd be setting up some cool spaces and doing some good stuff with it. And it would be a shame not to capture that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but I'm on board fully now. I love them. I'm loving the dailies. I think they're evolving into a really, really great format, into like a great bit of content for us to show everybody, like the podcast, what it's like to work here, what we get up to, and how we do our thing. And I'm loving the little kind of cut downs and stuff we're getting from them, like the VFX breakdowns, which we're starting to do. And these might not be Corridor Crew-esque breakdowns where we're recreating the Spider-Man franchise or something like that. Yeah. But they're really fun. And we've just shared one of them, and it's already our most viewed short on YouTube, which is quite nice. So they're obviously doing something well there. So I'm loving these, and I'm loving where they're going to go. So little plug, actually, they're on YouTube, our YouTube, Bright. If you search for Bright Visual Marketing, that's Bright with 2 eyes, you should find us. But yeah, segue. I'm just saying the word segue as if it's a segue, but segue. What do you guys want to chat about?
great stuff. Jess, what have you been on this week?
Great segue.
We've been setting up a web project for a charity that we've been doing some work with. We created an animation for them earlier in the year, and we spoke to them recently about their website. The customer experience on the website just wasn't great. It wasn't mobile first for starters. The donation didn't work at all on mobile. So it was for us to basically sit down with the client and sort of map out the customer journey, map out the important thing for them. And obviously the customer journey for every website is different. So for us, for our website, it was more to get them to see case studies and projects. Whereas for it's getting people straight to the donation page, basically. It's to find out about them, what they do, what they're dodonating for.
I think particularly because where they find or tend to find the people interested, they do have some traction online through their site, but a lot of people find their website from in-person events, fundraisers. And so the fact that they couldn't, the people who are moved by, the speakers and the events before them, couldn't just donate on their phone. It's
crazy.
It's such a missed opportunity. They will have literally lost out on millions.
Yeah.
But we're rectifying it.
And we're rectifying it.
The designs are finalised internally. They're with the client at the moment. We're hoping to start development by the end of next week. We're sort of waiting back on the final client amends.
Nice.
Excited to get that into development. It's going to be a really, really good looking website.
Nice. Yes, yeah. And so we started with the animation, as you mentioned, and we didn't rebrand them, but we do a lot of brand evolution.
Yeah.
Often through campaign work, the video. And that has bled into, so there's live events. We did all the stands for them now. And their physical magazines we're working on as well. And then
it's
the
just
website,
modernising their current branding.
Yeah.
But it has added such a punch to their branding. Like, it's such subtle evolution, but it's definitely made a massive impact.
Yeah, and I think they have, from a traditional side, they have quite a unique customer journey. So I think for anyone listening, think about your customer journey and what they need to see and hear and read at each stage and move that along, because you can sort of take for granted you can read someone else's dream customer journey and think that's the way to do it, but it's always unique.
Yeah, it's not a one size fit all process.
Yeah.
Segue into Rob's this week.
Oh, perfect segue. Also, we're going to learn what segues are.
So I know what a Segway means, but Segway was those two-wheeled machines that people used to ride around in cities.
Yeah, it's to get you from point A to B. That's why they're called segways.
Yeah, they're no longer made.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they cancelled it. They're no longer being made.
Have they replaced them with electric scooters now or something?
Probably that has part of it, but they were also electric, weren't they?
But I think electric scooters, they've been able to monetize and putting them in cities, whereas segways were more dangerous, weren't they?
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if people can...
the more experienced days, aren't they, rather than...
You don't fall and get as injured on a scooter, maybe.
Yeah, but if segways weren't a thing, would we have ever had Paul Blart Mall Cop?
What a movie.
Great segue into Rob's bit.
Jess, what have I been working on this week?
You've got down, actually, a lesson that you learned, I think, by your dentist.
Oh, yeah, it was a good one. So, I got taught a lesson. I went to the dentist. I showed up. I was a little late, granted, but from leaving my car to going in the dentist to getting back in my car, it was 11 minutes.
Speedy.
And it was £48, right? So it's a decent hourly rate.
Yeah.
Let's call it, what's that? Just under £300 an hour.
I mean, I couldn't even do the maths.
Just take my word for it. You mentioned trust earlier. Just under £300 an hour. Right, a decent rate. So it was a bit of a reminder to sort of charge what you're worth. And I know I'm not paying for time. I hate breaking it down for paying for time anyway, especially in a creative thing. You're paying for all of the, the expertise, the years that have gone in, the training and the learning. But where I would say it's quite different is the work we do and a lot of the work our clients do actually generates a lot of income for those people they work with. And so, a decent rate that makes you, in the long run, thousands of pounds is a good investment. I don't think my smile is going to be worth $1 million.
I wouldn't have pushed record earlier if you didn't have that smile. I was thinking, no.
Okay.
He needs that.
Okay.
That winning Hollywood smile. Hey, we've been on shoots and you've been complimented. People have pulled you over to compliment your smile.
Yeah.
Which is great.
And like we mentioned in the last podcast, you've been doing your happiness course.
Yeah.
Your smile's only getting
the
bigger.
smile's bigger. Do you want an update on the happiness course? It's pretty good. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. It makes me reflect on the day, in particular when I do it, and think, okay, maybe I could have handled that different, or handled my emotions a little different from that situation. It's not all go to your ice palace and think about penguins that make you happy, but it's also quite a bit of that.
Nice.
But if that does make you happy, we're not judging you.
Hey, great update, and it only feels like a minute ago you spoke about it the first time, so great stuff.
Nice.
That's a lot of growth.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Bring a thing.
Bring a thing.
I want to go first, if that's okay, just because mine, if anyone can remember from the last episode, we spoke about Make It Funny.
Yep.
And it inspired this Bring a Thing.
Okay.
Because I want to talk about meme marketing for a second.
Yeah.
Because I think meme marketing is like a big part of Make It Funny.
Yeah.
Was it called Make It Funny? Was that what we called it?
Where's the funny?
Where's the funny? I think that was a big part of Where's the Funny. Because brands have been memeing with mixed success for a very long time.
Yeah.
Some of them fail atrociously. Some of them do great. So, Burger King, KFC, people like that, they have had some really good success with meme marketing. Smaller brands have great success. Netflix has great success. Obviously, with Netflix, they're putting out loads of content themselves, and then that content can become memeable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just started doing a little bit of like meme marketing research, and I didn't realize where the word meme came from.
Okay.
So it was created by Richard Dawkins, of all people, the atheist and biologist, if you know him.
Yeah.
He wrote a book called The Selfish Gene in 1976, and it's from there he came up with the word meme. I
remember the book launch.
Nice. Me and Jess don't, Gen Zers. And basically, it's from the Latin term, I'm sure everyone knows this, mimesis, which means the imitated thing. And it's basically a unit of information or a concept or an idea that is shared within a culture by people.
Okay. Yeah.
And that is what a meme is now.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Obviously, back then it had a bit more of a theoretical or academic definition. Now it's, the meme of like the guy looking at the girl with the jealous girlfriend, that type of a thing.
What would it have been back then? Like fables, sort of like short sort of anecdotes with a message with it.
Yeah, and it's stuff that basically becomes self-sufficient, and it can thrive and it can populate itself, or it could
doesn't
reproduce.
Need any background information or anything around it, I guess.
Or maybe the culture is the background information. The culture is the context. Yeah. But brands have been meme marketing and stuff for ages now, and the origins of brands using it they range. There's lots of different people say they came from.
I read, and it's quite. It might be a topic that becomes more relevant, but because NFTs of memes, the girl who burnt the house down, she owned that NFT and sold it and made money off it. Yeah, I heard an interview with someone who represented a big brand, and they said, do you use meme? And what? Basically, the question was around copyright of the meme,
right?
And they basically just went, everyone's kind of doing it.
Yeah. So I have some bad examples, which I don't even know if we need to show them because some of them are just bad.
Okay.
So there's a pizza place called DiGiorno's Pizza, and they used a domestic abuse hashtag to create a meme to sell pizza.
Such a risky thing to try and...
It's not even risky. It's definitely going to backfire.
It's just in bad taste.
A risk implies there could be a chance of success. Yeah. There is no chance of success there. And then the other one, it's less of an example, but it's more of just a thing where it's like a pitfall that a lot of brands have, where if they try and manipulate the meme or the message of the meme, then it can come across as disingenuous. We spoke a bit again last time about Radio Shack.
Yeah.
And how their tweets are almost meme worthy, aren't they? It's almost like a meme. They have become like a meme almost.
I bet they have, like when they screenshot tweets and they go viral, they've definitely been.
But like if you try and like alter the message of the meme, or you don't quite understand the point of the meme, then you fail at meme marketing. And again, I think I referenced it last time again, but the meme that comes to mind is the fellow kid Steve Buscemi meme, the one from 30 Rock.
Yeah.
Because it's people who are clearly like, they're trying to get in on this like meme market. And especially like Gen Z, they're going to love it because it's instant and almost without thought, basically. And that isn't to say they want stuff instantly and they have no thought, but it's like, it's that kind of thing where they want this instant gratification or instant reward from the marketing.
Yeah.
And again, this segues wonderfully into our main topic. But it's that kind of like instant generation of an idea or instant recognition of an idea or a concept through memes.
And I think when you get it and hit it right, it shows wit, doesn't it? It fits within the meme sort of boundaries that it was there for, but it just shows wit. Like you've sort of personalized it, but in a cool way. But it still fits that meme.
Oh,
like you're not moving it.
It's low if you do it right, or even if you just don't do it badly. It's just low effort success. Like it's low effort.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Literally going on, I don't know what it's called, like Meme Flip or something like that, one of the meme generators. It's just going on there and just, you've got the templates and stuff.
Meme Flip.
I don't know if it is called Meme Flip. It's something like that. But
someone register that domain. We have done it successfully for a couple of clients. We don't do it too often.
We used to do it a lot for ourselves, a lot more.
Yeah.
And like memes aren't necessarily like you're having to use like an obvious meme. So like a meme template. So for instance, what is it, like Success Kid, stuff like that. You don't necessarily have to do that. It can be any content at all. So like we could film a video and then that video could get memed in either a positive or negative way by either us or by the audience. So any kind of content can get memed.
Yeah.
This podcast could get memed.
This podcast could get memed, exactly, yeah.
I'm just worried about it being taken out of context.
What, as in?
You know, they pick up on a sentence or something.
Oh, that's how lots of it's done, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Final fun fact before I move on, because I realise I've massively gone over my time here. But Google searches for memes overtook searches for Jesus in 2016, something Richard Dawkins would probably have been proud of.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, probably is still proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Thanks for that, Drew.
You're welcome.
What have you brought today, Rob?
So I changed mine last minute. So I mentioned on the last podcast that Drew, although never listened to one, has actually started recording one. It was one that we did for Holders.
All of this is getting cut.
And I just have a little excerpt from it. We'll play it properly, but we'll see what it comes out like through the speaker.
Everything we're doing now, we're going to redo.
Firstly, Drew, you are not allowed to listen to any podcast.
Why?
Have you ever listened
Because
to
you're
a
not.
podcast?
Why?
Like, it's meant to be shambolic. And, like, you're a perfectionist. You're not going to enjoy any of it.
But aren't they done properly? Perfect.
You can.
No, if it was me, I would leave all this rambling.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Or chunks of it.
You can't have a poo bit.
You know, things taken out of context, like you saying, well, we can't use the poo bit.
I don't want to mention Jean-Claude Van Damme for the second episode on the drop. Give some context. It was we were about to make a feature film, or a feature film was potentially in the
we'd been asked to write one off the back of a short that you made.
Back of a short, science fiction thriller. And Jean-Claude Van Damme was interested. He watched the trailer we made, the what's it called, the cut. What's
sizzle reel.
Sizzle reel we made for it and stuff. He made it. He was interested, so we started doing this podcast. I think it lasted one episode or half an episode because I just didn't understand podcasts.
Yeah.
But here I am, trying to understand them.
Oh, yeah.
Come along for the journey.
Full circle.
Yeah, subscribe, guys.
Jess, what have you brought?
A lot in. I don't know if all of you have seen it, listeners too. But Google has basically launched out-of-home advertising,
right.
And I don't particularly want to talk about Google's take on out-of-home advertising. I just want to talk about out-of-home advertising as a whole.
Yeah.
But Google's brought it to a topic for many people to talk about, especially on LinkedIn recently. And it's basically kind of related to today's topic, like Drew's was. But it's about how billboards nowadays have expanded much more than just some text on paper that's put up, or even digital billboards.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of examples we can kind of talk them through. But it's like Specsavers putting a billboard up completely wrong and basically saying, should have gone to Specsavers. Or like a vegan chicken brand, like partly covering a KFC one, which obviously like slaps over to say you shouldn't be eating chicken. A pizza one that's two billboards and it's kind of a pizza cheese stretching between. And it was just mainly looking at how far advertising has come from just text.
I like the pushing of the creative of it. There's the Dracula one.
I was going to say, the
really
Dracula
good.
one's just genius, isn't it? Absolute genius. It's probably is that like the Dollar Shave Club of billboards? Or something?
It probably is. Yeah, they do the 3D ones now, which are quite nice, where it looks like from a certain angle things are escaping from it.
There was like a Minion one that this looks fake.
Oh yeah,
but that's a real. But that's a real billboard.
I've seen a few bus stop interference ones, which are quite cool.
But they're just really cool. Yeah,
the Google thing's really interesting. I don't think they've quite formalized how they're going to do it, because currently it's still sort of you go through a third-party agency, but through Google.
I think they've had so much promotion around it where it's made smaller businesses feel like that they can get a billboard in a cinema or whatever.
I think it'll evolve and things, and it'll be good if you could upload a video, or a display ad. And
I think it will get to that. Time. I think it will get to that. I just think within the next 3 months we won't be there. But it's an exciting time in marketing.
Yeah, exciting times.
A/B testing, always be testing.
Brilliant.
I like the idea. So we've got a couple of clients who are putting on some in-person events.
Yeah.
How amazing would it be if you map out like the destination from the train station to their event venue, and as they walk past, the signs can be updating and showing something cool through their journey. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Segueing on slightly, using Drew's little phrase there.
This is the final episode where we just say segue, by the way, to segue.
The main topic this week is attention spans. It's something that we spoke about a little bit in the office, and apparently people's attention spans are 8 seconds.
Which is?
a second shorter than a goldfish. Like, everyone's like, oh, you have an attention span of a goldfish. Apparently humans now have a less of an attention span.
I'm going to challenge you. I need data on this. Because the thing is, I see in certain areas where people consume information, it can be that.
Yeah. I think mainly what we want to talk about today is people's attention spans have decreased. Like, that's a fact. Like, in here, from a Microsoft study, it was 12 seconds back in 2000, and then Microsoft also report that it's gone down to 8 seconds.
Okay.
So I have got that in a study, but at the same time, like, there's so much content being put out there now. So just a few of the stats that we pulled, it was every day people watch 1 billion hours of videos on YouTube, and 500 hours of video are uploaded every minute to YouTube. Like,
But it sounds like people are giving it good attention.
Yeah, so I think that's it, though, isn't it?
But that's the thing where it's like the reports are saying attention spans are shortening, but more content's being put out there. Binging is much more apparent now than it ever has. And so much reporting is around that as well. I think it's more about how to capture that attention in that time frame.
So one of the podcasts I listen to, or used to listen to a lot, less so now, is a podcast called Script Notes on script writing. Hollywood writers. It's John August and Craig Mazin, who he did like the Scary Movie franchise, but the later sequels, but then did Chernobyl, the series that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
John August did Big Fish and things like that. But in there, they spoke, I don't think it was them, but they spoke to a writer who spoke about writing for streaming devices, Netflix and things like that. And they said something they're encouraged to do is because they assume people are going to be multi-screening and be on their phone, is when it's a pertinent plot point, they have like a big bang or like a loud phrase or something that says that gets people to look up from their phones, go straight down to the TV, and then can at least take on that plot point.
Yeah. There's obviously things that's put in place, and I think it's apparent that a lot of second screening is happening nowadays. Like, there's a study I read recently about making sure your ads are positioned. Say if you're watching Great British Bake Off, that's what I was about to say. Great British Bake Off, and you sell cakes or something, or you're a delivery service like a letterbox cake delivery service, having your ads displayed during the Great British Bake Off. Because if you're on your phone, you're thinking about cakes, like you're wanting to eat a cake, like you're more likely to buy it then. I guess it's kind of that thing that Drew was speaking about earlier, where it's like Gen Z especially, like their reaction times like now, like they want things now, they want a reaction to things now, they want to understand the marketing now. There's no wait time around it.
Do you guys multi-screen when you watch TV?
When I watch TV, no, I don't. I try not to. I just want to pay attention, just because I hate. So I have a terrible attention span, which is why I don't like doing it. Right. Because I just get very easily distracted by things. Yeah. I'm the kind of person who will think about, I want to go and watch something on YouTube. So I'll go onto my phone and I'll notice I've got a notification somewhere. I'll go onto my app and I'll notice that someone's mentioned something. I go, oh, that's cool. I want to Google that. I'll Google that, go onto Google, notice that Google's recommended random articles. One of those articles sounds good. I've completely forgot about YouTube at this point. So if I second screen, I'm never finishing anything I intend to finish. Yeah. Because I have a terrible attention span.
I think I caught myself doing it. So if it's a series that I've been looking forward to, I'll just throw my phone to the other side of the room.
Yeah, I leave my phone upstairs. I used to second screen a lot. And my partner brought it up on me, and he was like, even when watching TV together, it was like, why are you checking a work email? Oh, because the notification came up. Or why are you checking this? Or why are you checking Facebook? It's like, oh, the notification came up.
Just want to make it clear that Jess doesn't have to check.
I didn't mean
I was going to go the other way. I was going to go like, I think checking work emails.
But leaving my phone upstairs literally removes that the ding of a notification and think, I'll check that now. It's like you have to concentrate on
Pop it on silent, Grandma.
My phone's always on silent.
Okay, take it back. So people are always saying, and in fact we've said it before in the past, we said it quite a lot in our early days, that attention spans are short. You want to grab people straight away. But the way we were saying it was as if attention spans are short, don't have a 5-minute video. Attention spans are short, this seems like a 60-second message as opposed to a 90-second message. Yeah. Where really, I think... Obviously, there's caveats to this, but the actual duration of the thing doesn't really matter. Yeah. So I watched a tutorial the other day for like an After Effects thing, and it was like 120 seconds long, 2 minutes long, if you want to do the maths on that. And I watched it, and I was like, cool, that was really succinct. I liked that. And then I watched one that was like 35 minutes long, and I was like, cool, that was great as well. But the content was different.
Yeah.
And the whole way through, and especially from the start, which I think is obviously the kind of like the pertinent part of it, I was hooked into that tutorial.
Yeah.
Like, my attention was grabbed throughout. Obviously,
Yeah.
like you were saying with the Netflix thing, you know, you have to they have to keep grabbing your attention again. They can't just grab it in the first 5 seconds and then hope they're gonna coast off that for 30 minutes or something. But yeah, like attention spans have gone down, but it's all about the content that you're putting out. Obviously, we have to assume that the content is relevant, otherwise it's pointless. If it's relevant content, then are they grabbing your attention constantly? How are they doing that? Are they doing it the Netflix method, you know, which was, I think that came from all of the ads in like American TV.
Yeah.
They would like constantly have to have cliffhangers.
Yeah.
Which is why lots of TV shows over here, or if we're watching it without adverts, it feels like there's these weird cliffhangers and things happening all the time because we don't necessarily have as many adverts.
And no adverts, so it's immediately resolved.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily just about, you know, short attention spans, so short form media. It's short attention spans. The media can be any duration, but how are you gripping your audience?
Yeah.
I think that's a really good point, because I think people assume, people have got a short attention spans. I need to be putting out 30, 60-second videos. Like, it's not that. It's not that at all. It's ensuring the messaging's right and you're gripping people from 1 second in, not just 30 seconds, 60 seconds.
Yeah. Because like right now with our, like, kind of taking it back to our dailies and stuff that we were talking about earlier, like we're putting those out in different formats, and we're noticing that they're viewed and consumed in different ways.
Yeah.
But also we're noticing they're viewed and consumed by different audiences.
Yeah.
Doing different things. So for instance, we put out as like a 6-minute vlog the other day, 6-minute daily, and then we put out like a 2-minute cut down, but then also like a 60 or 90-second cut down. I think it was like a 60-second cut down, then like a 90-second one, and then we did like a 25-second cut down of all of that.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it doesn't really matter how we're putting it out. We're seeing like kind of like an equal spread almost of like views on the cut downs, I guess.
Yeah. We're taking a good estimate based on platform, but then we're also testing within that as well, because I think it's always good to be mindful of, you assume this runtime or this cut would work on this platform, but then test the opposite. I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think something to mention in terms of not just video content, but attention spans being shorter means that the buying process of consumers are considerably shorter as well. Again, like you were saying earlier, Drew, like people want to buy something, like from their consideration of, I'm going to buy a new phone, to them actually buying a new phone. A couple of years ago, it might have been weeks for them to research into what phone they want, like where they're going to buy it from, what's the best price for that phone, like what features do they want, like is this a reputable brand, is it trustworthy, whereas now that buying process is shorter because there's things like Amazon, there's straight from obviously Apple, if you're buying from Apple, there's reputable places they can go straight to, but also the need for things like instantly to get it next day, the same as Amazon, which for people, you then need to realise that having a place on their feeds and ads popping up on Google and everything is more important now than it has ever been.
So how should people sort of adapt their marketing in respect to that? So if they're selling a service or a product?
I think having a presence in front of people. So I know obviously not everyone has the budget for ads, but ads is probably the easiest way. So say if they're Googling, I don't know, we want a video production agency, and they're typing it.
So I think with that, you've really got to nail your intent marketing. Yeah. Because that time's short, so focus should be on the intent marketing. I think there's still cause and definitely people should be doing sort of early awareness stuff, but almost the core should be the intent marketing.
I think the awareness stuff, again, I think it's more about, so people's buying process is shorter, but people's awareness is still there, if that makes sense. Like, say if you're following Bright, for example, you're following us for months.
Which people should do,
yeah.
shouldn't they? Yeah.
So they start following us in January, and then come August, they need a video. They want a video here. They want a video now.
Yeah.
But we've already done sort of 8 months of marketing for them to know, like, we're the right people, we're good at what we do, like they've seen examples of our work. So when it comes to making their buying decision, their buying process is shorter, but they're like, we're already marketing to them for a longer period of time. So I'm not saying that, like you say, the awareness stuff isn't needed anymore, because that's definitely needed. It's kind of like the 5 touch points of marketing. Like you need to be marketing them not just once. No one's ever going to land on a service website and be like, yeah, I'm going to work with these people. Like,
yeah.
But it is sort of the intent marketing is definitely more important nowadays.
Oh my God, there's a fire. Now I've got your attention. I also think, I also think, so when I had a bit of a debate online about this, is it's where people are as well, their willingness to consume long form or short form content. So a few things. So there's no surprise, like people should be paying attention to the fact that TikTok started off with short form video and now they're opening it up to long form. All the other social platforms have done very similar. It's probably because content creators on there have now gathered a following, and so people will give them more time and attention. That's probably something to do with it. But also, I listen to very long podcasts on drives and walks on the dog, and I'm open to that because I'm in a period where I'm wanting that sort of content.
Yeah.
But then when I'm, I want to just zone out on the sofa and I'm scrolling through shorts or reels or something, short funny ones are good for me, and I enjoy that too.
I think it's about knowing that people are consuming content in different ways. Like people are now more likely, like you say, to listen to a podcast while walking a dog or driving to work, whereas that's more popular now than say 10 years ago. So longer form content, like we're not just necessarily just sitting down to watch it. Like there's so many different ways to consume things, and
people probably need to start feeding that into their personas, where they start thinking about, okay, so what are our core audience into? And it's not just like, say they play golf, it's like, okay, so golf can be short clips on TikTok and on Insta, but it can be long tutorials on YouTube, it can be other things. So they can do things around that depending on the length that people are willing to give on the platforms or their frame of mind, I guess, at the time.
So in terms of attention spans, it's an old thing that's happened now. It's a bit dated. I'm going to bring it up anyway, but removing dislikes on YouTube. Yeah. So like, I think you want some kind of instant like recognition of like the thing you're after. So obviously like reviews is like a big one. You Google a company, you see they've got like, 3 out of 5 or 2 out of 5 or something. You're immediately like, I don't need to go with these. So like from an attention span, or from like a like looking for some kind of like immediate solution to something. Yeah. Like reviews is quite a simple one. So reviews, obviously, likes, dislikes, they're the reviews of videos online, aren't they? Or comments or ratios.
Oh, I go if I need to buy a pen, I look at like reviews of it. Yeah. If not like Google, YouTube videos.
But in terms of like YouTube removing the dislikes. Yeah. Like, how do you feel about that in terms of then content and attention spans?
Yeah, I guess for me, it's not dislikes isn't actually a metric I kind of look to.
It's the ratio, isn't it? The ratio is the thing you look at,
Yeah, but I guess as a creator, you get to see the ratio, don't you? So it's probably good feedback for you on what the audience is enjoying from your content. So that's probably still all you need from it.
Yeah, I guess it's a weighted question, or it's a kind of like a pointed question, or whatever that I have. If I'm looking at looking at tutorials, and by the way, I'm mentioning tutorials a lot. I know how to do my job. It's just there's other things you like to learn.
Always be learning.
ABL, always be learning. But I'd go on to like back in the day when dislikes were a thing. Back in the day, you'd go on and you'd see like a positive ratio. Cool, I'll give it a chance. You're going to give it a chance for longer than you would if it had a negative ratio. You might even not give it a chance if it had a negative ratio. Yeah. Right now, you can't see the ratio. So you give something a chance, it's bad. Because you can't see the ratio, the next one, I feel like I'm giving it less time to be good. Like it needs to get straight into the point. I need to know straight away they're going to solve the thing I'm after. Yeah. Whether it's a tutorial on something to do with post-production, or, they're troubleshooting, I don't know, the microwave I own or something like that. Any kind of tutorial like that. I had one recently where it was how to drill a hole properly, because I'm dead shit at DIY. I had to look at it because I was like, every time I try and drill a hole, I keep wrecking the drill or the wall. What is going on?
I know the drill.
I know this is only episode 2, but people are hearing you say this.
This is the persona. I say this is persona. This is me, baby. This is me.
And on that note, Drew didn't put a hole in the wall drawing this
put a hole. I
background.
didn't go near the
Drew
wall.
had nothing to do
doing
with his
it.
lovely set.
We were all happy about that, so that's fine.
So what do you think drove the removal of dislikes?
The negativity. That's why.
Yeah.
Because also I do get it. Like Rings of Power, for instance, they got like if you saw the
Review
dislikes, they would have been heavily ratioed.
Yeah.
And when I'm saying ratioed, I mean it in a negative way
Yeah.
because it got review bombed and stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm liking the show.
Yeah, I am too. Platforms become echo chambers. There's lots of content creators with mental health issues and stuff as a side effect of being on there. On Facebook, I've noticed you can remove publicly displaying how many likes and things. It just shows
Instagram's done
it's
the same. It's Meta,
it's
isn't
one
it? But they've
person
done the
plus
same.
others like it or something. Like, I quite like that, to be honest. But yeah, I guess from like an attention span, just to bring it back to the attention span thing, I guess it's more kind of like I have a shorter attention span now on YouTube that I can't see dislikes if the first couple of things I'm looking turns out to not be the thing I'm looking for. It then makes me want to view something even quicker, and I want to find more of an immediate solution, more of an immediate gratification, or more of an immediate resolution to that thing, basically. So it's making me have less of an attention span personally. So I wonder what impact that is having as a whole on people, or even maybe I'm just special.
Well, I think it's the circumstance that you're looking at. So you're in an in-market audience person. You're looking for how to drill a hole, and you need that answer there and then.
Do you think YouTube bookmarking their videos? And when I say bookmarking now, bookmarking is probably the wrong.
On Google, don't
yeah,
they?
like some videos you go onto when, especially like DIY, for example.
Let's not get caught up on the DIY, guys. I don't want that to be a big thing.
Let's just use that as an
by
example.
the way, I did successfully put the shelf up
after a few attempts.
after 2 years.
Let's use DIY as an example, though. Say
And
if you're putting up a shelf, there might be a bit where it's like drilling the hole, a bit where it's like putting the roll plugs in, a bit where it's like drilling the actual
Putting
frame.
the what in? Sorry.
Putting the actual like frame on and then putting the shelf on. So there'll be like little
The RSJs.
There'll be like little points in the video where it will tell you like this is this bit, like this 30-second snippet is where it tells you this 30-second snippet is where it tells you this.
Yeah.
Do you think that helps with attention spans in terms of like
definitely.
you for example, like you don't necessarily need to know what a drill is, but like you need to know how to drill it. So you skip to that
You can
point.
almost treat it like a Tarantino video. Like you watch that bit, like, yeah, that's the answer I need. Okay, let's watch chapter 1.
Yeah, it's like, before chapters, bookmarks, whatever they're called, I would just scroll through the comments because people would just say, it starts here. Don't listen to this guy talk for 15 minutes about why he's telling you about this stuff.
Yeah.
Start here. I'd immediately do that because my attention span is so short.
Yeah.
I think it just brings it back to that, like I want to say Gen Z because we was mentioning earlier. It's not all Gen Z, but people that want that solution.
Yeah, I'm not
here
Gen
and
Z,
there,
by the way.
like,
It's,
I don't think I am either.
No, I'm a millennial.
Probably a baby boomer.
You're 27, Rob.
Yeah. Oh, I should have done that for my this week. This week, someone said they thought I was 27. Amazing.
Rob did get it on video, so I don't know how much you paid her. So wrapping it up a little bit, how do people overcome this myth? Like, what tips do we give people? Not to necessarily overcome it, but what tips do we give about capturing attention spans, keeping people on board?
Yeah, I don't think we can, like, we're not gonna solve anyone's problems in depth right now. Obviously, during this wrapping up period.
Yeah, so everyone's individual.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
But I think we've kind of touched on loads of things already. So it's like, capturing the attention of the viewer immediately, doing something to capture their attention, but not resting on your laurels. So like, if it's a long video, let's say it's even like 3-4 minutes or something, even 2 minutes, whatever. You want to keep trying to recapture their attention. So how could you do that? One example could be the visual style of it. It could keep doing that.
Yeah.
The content should be relevant and interesting and pertinent to the person anyway throughout.
Yeah.
But could you drop a lol?
Yeah.
That kind of a thing. Is there something visually you could do to make something visually striking? Could you do it? So like, for instance, sorry, to add on to that, people who do have long form vlogs on YouTube, for instance, they have these cliffhangers before the ads.
Because
they know they want you to stick around.
Yeah.
For that 10
I've been
or
watching
whatever.
some golf stuff, and it's like, I need to hit this drive good, otherwise I've lost this match.
Yeah.
And then straight into an ad. So they know. I think
we can't afford premium.
Yeah. with that, well, I don't want to because I want to see the ads.
Yeah, that's my reason as well, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's being mindful of like developing an eye, actually, a critical eye, a self-critical eye when you watch or listen through or read through your own stuff.
Yeah.
Like even on, an article or a web page, where is it dipping? Can you break up chunks of text with a video, an image, something to pull it back?
I'll try and find it, but I saw a great post earlier and I loved it because it's about copy and it was just a text post. It was an image showing text.
Yeah.
And it basically had the way that you write and like the cadences in your writing can affect the way that the viewer reads it.
Yeah.
And it didn't become like, a paragraph. It became like a song, I think they said, or something. But it was such a great like visual way just to show like, if you extrapolated that from just this text thing to the way that you make video or the way that you make an image and you have the flow in the image or the flow in the design. Yeah. It's all about like guiding the viewer, the reader, the listener, whatever, in capturing their attention and keeping it. I'll try and find it so we can pop it up on the video.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great example of basically, as you're saying, it's this kind of guided, curated like tour through the content that you're trying to create.
There was a brand, I say recently, it was definitely probably a year ago, that accidentally sent out their email
was it Amazon
template.
or Apple?
An A stuck into my head. It might have been Amazon. But like, it was like, it had like an example.
Then write a shorter sentence.
Then 5
increase
words.
it a bit.
Then 2 words. So it was kind of like, it was the way, and even the example text they used, even though it was filler text, like Rob was saying, it was a nice paragraph to read. Like, it was just a nice like format.
Lorem ipsum has never been so great to read.
I think formulas are good to have, and then play with them, and break them, subvert them.
Yeah,
because formulas become boring, so then
definitely.
you need to jazz it up a bit.
Cool. So we've roughly wrapped it up. Now to tightly wrap it up, as is becoming tradition so far, the second podcast in the run. It's curating like the journey. We spoke about customer journey earlier, right? Yeah. Wow, it's creating the viewer audience, the journey for them throughout this piece of content, captivating them throughout, and trying to maintain that concentration throughout the entirety of the content.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's harder to do in longer form video than it is in an image.
Yeah. But if you're on the right platform, they're open to longer form content. They're there for that reason. So be mindful of, where this content is going, where you're putting it out.
Yeah.
Adapt it for other platforms where people tend to go for shorter content or.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think as a test, I will do long form content of me putting up a shelf.
2 years.
It's 2 years worth of content. Yeah, it's a biggie.
We're excited to see it.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep. Nice. Attention span. I've already forgot what we were talking about.
Forgot what we were speaking about. But if you want to test out your attention span, I think a great way of doing it is to head over to our YouTube channel.
Yep.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, as the cool kids say, and check out our stuff.
Definitely.
And again, before you go over there, make sure you subscribe on whatever platform you listen to this on.
Yeah, brilliant.
Nice.
Every Wednesday, so we'll see you again next Wednesday. And by then, we're going to hopefully have some actual segues.
Yeah.
And we're going to also have another catch-up with Rob's happiness course.
Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect.